All right, what's happening, Palm Tree? I did not speak on this when it happened, but I really want to take the time to shed some light on the whole PnB Rock situation. First of all, RIP to the brother PnB Rock. Has some dope classic jams, had some hard ass collaborations. Beat that thing down with O3 Greedo was my favorite. 2019 BET Awards, I had the pleasure of meeting this gentleman. He was cool. Unfortunately, another tragedy lost to the streets. This is becoming a more and more common occurrence here in Los Angeles and out throughout the country. In the time since PnB was killed at the Roscoes in South Central on September 12th, we've unfortunately lost another dope artist and community leader who I also personally knew. Rest in peace to Kee Riche from Compton, or Bompton as he called it. Another tragedy to the streets. But anyway, I digress, man. Back to PnB Rock. So now they've identified the suspects in this murder and they made some arrests. 17-year-old who allegedly shot and killed PnB in the Roscoes was arrested. They can't release his name because it's a minor. All right, you know how that goes. His father, Freddie Lee Trone, is also the suspect and is considered armed and dangerous. Now, let me tell you how much of a travesty, and I hope I'm using that word right. Hold up, let's check with this fucking Apple Watch what that means. Definition of the word travesty.
Travesty means a false, absurd, or distorted representation of something.
Let me just tell you how fucked up this is, man. This is a testament to how hungry niggas is out here. This is a testament to how bad somebody will be willing to see that you have it and send theirs to take yours. What do I mean by that? It means that this is how desperate people out here will move when they recognize money is involved. Now, previously with this murder, PnB was eating with his girlfriend at the time at the Roscoes, and people believed that because she posted a picture to her Instagram story of her food, that somebody saw that and then went to go kill them at the location. In actuality, here's a variable to the story. Sources are saying that the killers were in the parking lot before PnB and his girl arrived, right? Now, first of all, let me tell you this. You should be able to take a picture of your meal and then put it on your story with no fear, right? With no consequences. But when we examine that location of the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles down there on Main and Manchester, that's in the hood, man. That's in the ghetto. No disrespect to anybody who lives around there, but come on, you know there's hella gangs around there. If you know LA, you know you don't need to be eating at that Roscoe's. I don't need to be eating at that Roscoe's. I go to one in Pasadena because, you know, that's like a couple of exits away from me. You already know my side of town. But back to the lecture at hand. You shouldn't go to that Roscoe's, especially if you have a bunch of money on you, a bunch of jewelry, and a bunch of social media followers. You know, he was probably thinking, God rest his soul, that I'm going to go to the one ducked off in the hood so the paparazzi don't pull up on me. Because the one Sunset and Gower, like, you know, that's in the TMZ, you know, the 10-mile zone. They going to be out there looking for him. But unfortunately, the they going to be out there looking for him manifested into another they. The tough thing, now, here's the thing I feel about these alleged killers. If there were more resources for desperate people, I'm talking about affordable housing and good jobs, niggas would not have to do this shit. Like, people wouldn't be so desperate to take a man's life because he has more than them. If there was resources for people in the black community, in the impoverished community, because not all black people is broke. Let's like not make that blanket statement. People in the impoverished community, and I don't even know how much money these killers had, but if there were resources for people who are down bad to come up and say, okay, this is how you can make some money. This is how you could do music, engineer, record these things, or make something of yourself, we wouldn't have this problem. And it brings me back to Kee Riche's original mission, which was I'm going to make some programs for like felons, to get a job in engineering, learn how to mix and master. And, that's a beautiful thing. So what I want LA to do is really like carry that torch of what Kee Riche's mission was, to give back to the community, to give opportunities for people who may not have those opportunities just by default, right? And then we could stop this senseless violence, Oh, and the other point I wanted to add to this was that I believe that now, unfortunately, after a history of taking rappers' lives, from Pop Smoke, Nipsey, Draco, now PnB, Biggie, the list goes on. That's obviously not in order. Kee Riche's. Sadly, killing a rapper has become as LA as Fatburger, or as LA as Roscoe's itself, or as LA as bad traffic, So this is sadly part of our culture. And what the fuck can we do to unring that bell is my question. What can we do, man? So when you come out here, you've been told this 1,000 times, but you have not been told it from me. When you come out here, watch how you move. Do not be flexing with your jewelry. Do not be flexing for the gram. And that's why this whole culture of checking in is so vital right now. What does that mean? I'm sitting here holding this goddamn phone. I had the tripod here and everything. I didn't even feel like doing a green screen for y'all. Let me not let you see all this messy shit I got in the back. All right. The culture of checking in is so vital right now because it's like, okay, when you touch down here, you need to let the gang members know, like, okay, we're in town, we're gonna do this show here, they gonna make you pay whatever bread they're gonna make you pay, and then they're not gonna fuck with you, right? So that's important to do in every city for an artist of a certain level of status to do, just because you don't want any smoke with the locals there, because let's face it, now all the bad guys are on social media. And the disturbing thing about Los Angeles is that you have a bad combination. It's the hood and the Hollywood. So all these famous people, all this clout, they got their money, their jewelry and whatnot, they're gonna face these problems because, everybody who's willing to hit a lick is on their phone, knowing where they're at, knowing where these award shows are at, knowing where these clubs are at, So I think it was a little too soon for people to place all this blame about PnB's death upon his girlfriend for taking a picture. Like, you should be able to do that. But, like, also, you got to watch how you move. And I know you've been told that 1,000 times, and I know you're tired of hearing it. But what does that mean? You got to say, hey, like, that's not the Roscoes you go to, And in terms of Kee Riche's, bro, always a dope dude, always, mad chill, mad laid back, had respect for me, and respect was reciprocated. But the hood don't love you. The hood does not love you, bro. Like, you understand he got killed in his neighborhood. It was a shooting in Compton. It's very, very, very sad because, this is somebody who was giving back to his community, doing backpack drives for kids, doing concerts in the hood, and, really wanting to see, the kids below him do better. The kids who came up after him, have a better future. And it's like, hating ass niggas can't stand that. Hating ass niggas can't stand you doing something great to give back, And it's like, there's this culture of, I'm gonna kill you to, like, get some clout off your name. Just like the motherfucker that smoked Young Dolph. Like, this was a rapper who was still releasing music up to when he was arrested, And it was sad because that killing was like, in the name of clout, But I digress, man. Back to the suspect in the PnB Rock killing. Obviously, I hope they find this guy. Fuck that thoughts and prayer stuff, because, like, this is thinking and praying. Listen, I pray that we can do better, and I think that it's gonna start with giving ourselves more opportunities. So I hope people are learning from all these shootings that, take the lives of these, great entertainers and take the lives of all these young black men. But is it frightening? Yes, but it's like I feel like I would not be part of the solution if I didn't speak on this issue. All right, and why am I missing like all my cool looking palm stuff? Didn't feel like doing a green screen. And then something's fucked up with my phone right now, and I can't do the microphone right now. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get that taken care of. But so let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on now that the suspect's been identified in the PnB Rock case. RIP PnB, RIP my nigga Kee Riches, and yeah, that's it, man. Peace, love, palm.